Today we're making the easiest bread known to man, Pita, which you can use to dip into hummus or make vegan gyros with grilled chicken. And if you mess it up, feed the ducks, which you could then use for a delicious Sunday roast. We start with 450 grams, 3 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Make a well on the table if you don't have a mixer, or use a large metal or glass bowl. Then add 275 grams or 1 1/6 cups of water at 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit to a jar or whatever you have, followed by 8 grams or 2 teaspoons of instant yeast or 16 grams or 1 tablespoon of fresh yeast. And if you're a sourdough fan, then 50 grams or a quarter cup of sourdough starter, 15 grams or 1 1/4 tablespoons granulated or powdered sugar, 50 grams or 1/4 cup olive oil, and 12 grams or 2 teaspoons of fine salt. Give it all a mix or shake until well combined. Add the liquid to the flour and knead it until the whole thing comes together in a non-sticky, smoothish dough. Form it into a ball and rest it under a damp, stained tea towel for 1 hour. After an hour, cut the dough into 8 equal pieces, weighing about 100 grams each. Oil up your hands and the container lightly. Then shape these pieces of dough into tight, round balls. Pinch together the bottoms and make sure they're all nice and smooth. Place the balls, not your balls, into the oiled container and seal tight, whichever how makes you happy. If you're in a rush, you proof these at room temp until double the size. Or, preferably and also highly recommended, proof them low and slow in the fridge for about 7 hours. So you either want to make these in the morning to have for dinner or in the evening before bed if it's for breakfast. Saying that, they freeze and reheat great, so make it whenever you fancy. Heat your oven and baking stone to 250 degrees Celsius or 482 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a baking stone, the next best thing is a skillet turned upside down, or the least favorable, simply a metal baking sheet. Once the dough has done its thing, we flour our work surface. Place them balls smooth side down onto the table and, similar to pizza, spread them out into somewhat of a round circle. Grab the rolling pin your granny used to beat you with and then roll these out to about 4 millimeters or 0.1/6 of an inch in thickness, rotating the dough as you do. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect, as we'll trim it with a knife to help it along. You can do these one by one or roll them out in one go, stacked between layers of parchment and covered with a damp towel. Anyway, flippy floppy to get rid of the excess flour. Then onto the intensely hot baking surface they go. Once they puff up like pillars of passion, carefully flip them until both sides are slightly browned and the pita is cooked. Keep them warm under a slightly damp tea towel or whatever you have to keep them cozy and comfy while you cook the rest. Once they're all looking mighty fine and you'll feel proud of yourself, breathe a sigh of relief and go live a happy life.